prepared yet.
You need to try and pick off the units as... Look at the shields on the Martin.
Oh my god, the drone's gonna take this!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Tal'Darim altar, and the pilgrimage is coming in right here from Mana, from Team Mouse Sports. He is in the red trunks, and he is playing Protoss to the northwest. And the Heresy is coming in from IdrA, as always. He is in the southeast, he is in the green trunks, and he is playing Zerg.
And we'll have to see. You can start off with a couple of builds as Zerg. You can either 6, 7, 8, 9 pool, whichever one you want to go for, and you'll catch a lot of Protoss players that go Nexus first. You can't really catch them if they go Forge first, but that depends on how IdrA thinks his opponent's going to play. And on this map, as you can already see, Mana's going to go ahead and throw down that forward pylon. Basically, you should always be doing this on this map. It's so big. And you can either, from here, you go Forge, Expand, or Nexus, Expand, depending on if you scout your opponent straight away. If IdrA, for example, is in the top right now, Mana would scout, oh, okay, cool, I know what you're doing. I can afford to throw down a Nexus first, but most likely, because he's not here, we'll throw down that Forge, and then Expand.
Sounds sensible. Forge Fast Expansion, a very popular build, a very good build on a map of this size. Any of you playing Protoss, that's something you need to learn. I think that's a build that really has to be in your arsenal right there. And you can see, once again, we've got lots of chrono bursts going down right here for that. And here's Economy getting in shape, and another probe moving out, so we expect there's the Forge coming down for him. And right now, IdrA just playing nice and safe for the time being. His opponent hasn't scouted him yet, so looks like, yep, he's going to be able to get that expansion up before the Protoss arrives. He's going to be very happy about that.
Yeah, and IdrA knows he has to basically build a spawning pool immediately after that. So it's going to be 15 hatch, 14 spawning pool. The reason for that is because there are so many cannon rushes viable on this map, because every Protoss player is going to go Forge first. So IdrA, already knowing that, keeps an Overlord above his natural and scouts out for anything. And look, already a second probe coming down the map, Total Biscuit.
Sneaky, sneaky. We'll see what happens. Yep, early cannon attack is a possibility. Pylon is going down right here in the back. And yes, the spawning pool is coming up. The question is, will it be up in time?
Yeah, I'm surprised that IdrA didn't go for a spawning pool first on this map. So, he did. Is he going to trap in both these probes?
He's using the mining trick, the sneaky bugger. However, he is able to shut down that pylon. So that's, well, that was inconclusive, but at least Mana got away with his probes.
Yeah, and because the probes are so low health, IdrA just goes back to mining. He knows it's not going to come. And the Nexus goes down, and a little bit of pressure from Mana, but IdrA dealing with it quite easily. Yep. And he's going to go ahead and just continue to play straight forward from here, get the Queen, get a set of Lings to go scout the map, and continue with his drone production. Yep,
and all is good. All is fine and happy in the world of IdrA right now, as happy as IdrA can be. Pylon coming down to the side right here for Mana, making sure he's got nice visibility. And the size of this area that you build in is quite large. It's dangerous, certainly. There's all sorts of things, drops, and of course Nidus Worm attacks can come into play here.
And IdrA just getting one set of Lings, 2 Lings in total, skipping an extra set. That means he's going to be able to get that extra drone in. So I wouldn't be surprised if we saw the IdrA that everybody loves to see, which is the macro-orientated IdrA, and be getting up that third hatchery ASAP.
Yep, keep those hatcheries droning. Right now, Overlord and no defense of any description, because hey, he doesn't need it. He knows this. He is well aware of it. There's not a single armed unit right here for Mana at all, and that is to be expected. He is hiding safe behind that wall. He has nothing to worry about, and this really is why a lot of these games end up being macro games on the Tal'Darim altar.
Yeah, indeed. And IdrA's still not going for a gas, so we are going to see a third hatch. Here comes the drone to go build that third hatchery in the location which doesn't have any rocks. This a lot better than the ladder version. By the way, Blizzard, if you're watching.
A lot better for Zerg, anyway. they can sod off. I'm tearing. I don't want that to happen. No way. Put like 5 rocks there.
And now we're just chasing this probe out. The problem for IdrA, though, he needs to start getting gas. Okay, he's getting gas now. I'm saying if he hadn't have gone for gas soon, he could have been hit by a lot of timings because he needs that gas out. Any little pressure pokes could really hurt IdrA. I love the fact that he's got the Overlord on the Nexus, on the natural, sees the probe count, sees the double assimilators haven't been taken yet. Also, a lot of information being gained there by IdrA.
Always useful. Always useful. Information warfare, very important in StarCraft 2, to say the least. We've seen what happens when you're denied it. You tend to build silly things. And IdrA is not doing anything of the sort. IdrA just builds drones. This is IdrA for you. He builds drones whenever he can. He tries to slide drones in. Oh my, oh my, oh my. Do you see what I see?
Yeah.
Yes.
But I'm not too sure if I agree with this. Usually the Stargate is built so you can get a Void Ray and a few Phoenixes to help deny a third base. But on this map, because there are no rocks there, the third base is very close, which means it's going to be a lot easier to defend against. So either this is going to be fail harassment, or he can spend a lot of money in it and then go from there.
Yeah, it's interesting, really, that IdrA actually threw down an evolution chamber right about the time that Stargate came down as well. He didn't scout it, though. He has no information at all. So I have to wonder what his hypothesis is. That said, Void Ray Phoenix play is very popular around this kind of time on Tal'Dorei Malta, so it's not unprecedented, certainly. And there's the first Void Ray on its way.
Yeah, when you're going for a fast third like this, or facing just a Forge Expand in general, there's kind of three things you need to be thinking about. Is fast Void Rays, fast DTs, or a 6-gate. Or 7-gate push. So these are the things that are going through IdrA's head. Evo Chamber helping all three of them. That's why he's got it. It's going to be able to get Spore Crawl if needed. And also going to be able to start that +1 melee attack very soon too. And IdrA does see a few units push out. Doesn't see too much though, which will probably kind of push towards where's your gas, where are your units?
Yeah.
But also at the same time, it could be a fake, just moving out with a small amount of units hiding a lot. So, and he does remove Lings from that Xel'Naga tower, and then pushes the Void Ray out from here. But do the Lings see it? No,
no, they do not, and that's a sneaky move. However, if he continues to pass over here, this Zergling right here on the Xel'Naga will see it. There's no real question about that, and I'm actually kind of surprised that Mana decided to do that. We'll see what the response is going to be from IdrA. We do have a lair on the way up right here, and there's the Spore Crawler going down to try and deal with this.
Yeah, it's going to be able to deal with that quite easily. One Void Ray, the Queen can hold that off on its own for a little bit. While the Spore Crawler finishes up, we got a Macro Hatch as well from IdrA going down. Very nice from IdrA. Going to be able to defend against this Void Ray quite easily, I feel.
I would think so, honestly.
Well, the problem is he hasn't got creep connected to the bases because
that's going to slow things down. Yeah, that's really going to slow things down quite a lot. And that could be a free Overlord right here for Mana. Admittedly, the shields are going down that Void Ray, but it is charged, and that's the dangerous thing. That's a second Overlord getting taken out, and a Phoenix coming in to finish that one off. And of course, this will be a pick-me-up right here, and it grabs the Queen, and that is the dangerous combination of the Phoenix and the Void Ray right there. And that Queen... no, it's not going to go down. Oh, wow. Good lord, that was close.
That's pretty good for IdrA. I mean, we're already looking at the unit tab, 68 drones already, and we just breached the 10-minute mark. So a great lead in drones. And once you get up to this 70-ish drone mark, or a little bit more, 70 towards 80, then you can just go into units, and just build units all game long, which is IdrA's comfort zone and any Zerg's comfort zone, to be honest. And let's have a look what Mana is going to follow this up by. Look at this, 5 gates, 6... and then a robotics facility. So we've got 6 gates now, researching blinks. He's going to follow up with a blink stalker attack. And he's adding on the robotics facility so that he can fight against any borrowed roaches or anything like that.
Are you seeing what I see? This is the Hydralisk and Nidus network. This is actually a July Zerg style, isn't it? With the heavy Hydralisk count and the Nidus worm for Tal'Dorei Malta.
Yeah, I think I dreamt about this last night again.
Oh, really?
I dream about Zerg stuff all the time,
Oh,
man.
I see.
And I think what IdrA's going to do is just look for a position that's close towards the base. And I think, well, I guess he can use the Lings. And he's just going to Nidus down, not inside the main base of Mana, but right outside his natural third, and then just basically throw Hydras at him.
Yeah.
So it's a very awesome build to use, and because Hydras are so immobile, this just helps them out so much.
Yeah, it really, really does. Without that creep connection, especially on Tal'Dorei, and good luck getting a creep connection to your opponent's base on Tal'Dorei Malta. That would take about an hour. But whatever the case, it is a very, very smart thing. And where is the Nidus worm? There it is. They're using the Zerglings at the front, and it looks like Mana will be able to spot it. Will he shut it down? More to the point, he might if he focuses his fire down right here. IdrA is not going to be happy with that.
No, that's actually weird that he moved out to go to intercept that, and IdrA cannot be happy with that. And if you look around the map, there's he's going to throw down another one immediately in the same location, and Mana is going to let this one complete.
I guess so. Either that or he's going to move something incredibly fast right then. I'm fairly sure he doesn't have any Hellions, so yep, he's going to see that complete, and there's a lot of Hydras. And this does deal with this immobility issue right here. He's going to bring a Queen over as well. That's interesting.
Creep spread, definitely. Yep. But the problem is these Blink Stalkers are almost going to have +2 soon, and Correct Micro is going to demolish these.
Yep, here we go. Here's the firepower coming down, and he tries to divide it. Admittedly, it doesn't work quite so well on the Hydralisk, who do have the range upgrade. There's the attempt at the surround with the Zerglings. Some damage coming in right here, and more Hydralisks continuing to pump fire into Mana's forces. They're taking a lot of damage, but it is really quite equal right now in this encounter. There's the quick blink, and it actually didn't do all that much other than allowed him to retreat, and IdrA is able to win that engagement.
And we have another one in the main base of
Oh,
Mana
you
now.
sneaky bugger right here. IdrA actually playing incredibly well right now with some amazing special tactics. There we go, 1 pylon, 2 pylon, 3 pylon. How many can he take?
This is a really awesome style by IdrA, doing so much damage, and Blinkstalker's not so good against Hydras.
No, and Mana's in a massive amount of trouble right now. IdrA taking a lot of fire from those Stalkers as they move around. Admittedly, the +2 upgrade is up. IdrA does not have the +1 range. Admittedly, he did take a ground carapace. He's gutting Mana's base right now.
Indeed, and the food count is showing that 80 food now versus 144 IdrA. He has a 4th base up, not yet taking the gas though. He's just building units to try to end this right now, right here.
More delicious Hydralisks coming in right here and raining down fire on the remaining defenders of Mana. But it does come down to Blinkstalker micromanagement. He is going to be able to shut down the Twilight Council, so that's not really going to help all that much, but whatever. And still, those Stalkers hold the line on the natural expansion. And he does have this 3rd up. He's actually rebuilding all of his production here at the 3rd.
Yeah, indeed, and the resources aren't too bad for Mana. He is slowly crawling back, but the creep spread is in the main base now. It's going to take a long time to get rid of that, and Blinkstalkers without any other help are so bad against Hydras.
Yeah, Hydras are eating their way through this force right now, and I think, honestly, IdrA's going to decide to pull back. He's done enough damage to justify that attack, without question.
Yeah, and he adds on 12 drones, so he's up
Hey, why
to
not?
82 drones now. We'll take the assimilators on the 4th base ASAP, please, because you look at his resource balance, 1,200 to 60. Not good at all. He can even go ahead and take more bases around the map. Quite easily done. And he's now adding on a Spire too, because he knows that the normal transition from this is to go into Colossus. So he's going to go ahead and get that Spire up. And if he sees one Colossus see the Robotics Bay go down, he'll immediately go into Corruptors.
Yep. He's got a great position right now. He really does. 85 drones to 50 probes, and he's even able to get some into the mineral line of his opponent right there with a force of Zerglings that trash their way through it. Another Nidus Worm coming up right here in the main base.
Yeah, and the Overlord gives it spotting, but look at Mana, can't see anything though, but he does smell it. He smells the Nidus Worm.
Yep, Nidus Worm will be shut down before it's able to spawn anything. Nice quick reaction times right there from Mana. And honestly, this Nidus play from IdrA is not what I would call typical from him.
No, not at all. But it's very good for him. He's doing a lot of damage here. He's now getting the Spire's just about to finish. He's adding a few more drones up. He's at so many drones. He's at 88 drones in total now. It's so much. And he's adding on the Roach speed. He's getting the +2 carapace, the +1 attack. And he's just getting everything because he just has so much money.
Spend.
I'm surprised he hasn't taken another base yet, actually, because he has so many minerals that he really does need to get more gas income.
Oh, he could do it, certainly. Infestation Pit coming up right here. Here is a single Corruptor. It doesn't feel like he needs any more. He's correct at the moment. There are no Colossus on the field to deal with. Just 29 Blinkstalkers and a few more warping in for him. 30 Hydras on the field. And he is looking for the +1 upgrade for missile attack, and that will complete fairly soon. A little bit late for IdrA right there, but again, as you were saying, he's gas starved. He has to gain some more gas, and then he can really start piling on those upgrades.
And +2 Blinkstalkers against 1 Carapace Hydra's not going to be so good. Nidus Worm with the Hydra, so he can reinforce. It's like the pylon of Zerg.
Smart one. Yeah, very smart indeed. And IdrA sitting on what I would class as a very dangerous-looking swarm. Up comes the Nidus Worm, and IdrA now reinforcing with additional forces, and honestly, I have to wonder why IdrA can kind of split up and attack both, but he's going to just throw it all at this main production facility of Mana right here. So a lot of Blinkstalkers, but most of them are not able to fire. That is the problem with it right now. He is actually blocking most of his Stalkers at the back, and he's not rotating them properly with the Blink Micro, so he's taking some damage. Now finally starting to blink out, and IdrA decides, no, that's probably not the best of ideas.
I'm surprised that Mana didn't jump on those Hydras, actually. He's got so many Blinkstalkers there. He could have quite easily taken all them Hydras down, I feel.
Yeah, it was 35 to about 25.
Time, there's a Ling run by in the main. That's probably why he didn't do that. And taking down a lot of pylons here. And yeah.
Yep, he's not going to be able to supply block him, I don't think. But in the meantime, there's another engagement at the front. And this time, Mana with a significantly better concave over his opponent. There's the Blink. He's going in for the kill right now, and he has the firepower to do it. And that's going to be problematic for IdrA. And that force is collapsing as the Roaches come in to try and reinforce, but it's nowhere near enough.
Yeah, not at all. And unfortunately for Mana, he's got so much damage. The natural Nexus goes down as well while that attack was going on. His economy is in shambles. The main Nexus is under fire as well. +1 Lings are so good at taking down buildings. And this one might even go down as well if these Blinkstalkers don't come in time.
I'm intrigued to know actually why is a ball. It's looking really No, I think he's going to live through that. Oh, God, that was so very close. Whatever the case, I am actually intrigued to know why there are so many Corruptors coming out for IdrA when there is no sign of Colossus whatsoever. But whatever the case, Mana can still go in and do damage. I mean, he has a very significant army with some decent firepower upgrades. And I think that's probably what he's going to do. He doesn't really have a choice. And if IdrA actually splits up his forces, he just lost a bunch of roaches for no reason. Going in for the kill, all of them will go down here. That is not good for IdrA at all. And this counterattack from Mana could be devastating.
Yeah, this is it now. This is all or nothing for Mana. He has to go in with everything. And he, like you said, IdrA's got a lot of supply in Corruptors. He lost a lot of roaches now, but I don't know. I think these Hydras should be enough to clean this up, though. But this is the last remaining attack. Can Mana pull this off?
That's a good question. It's going to have to come down to Blinkstalker micromanagement, and right now there's not an awful lot of that going on at all. He's losing several at the front. He's trying to blink out as quickly as possible. Now his micro starting to get speed as he loses a few Stalkers, and his thoughts gather speed. The lips acquire stains, and it is Zerg blood, ladies and gentlemen, on this one right here. And this actually could be a win for Mana in one of the greatest comebacks I've seen in a very long time. That's an Eats Corruption in the process, and IdrA holds for the time being. Zergling streaming in to try and nail this one down. There you go. Oh my God, that was so unbelievably tense. Oh,
Lings, man. Lings are pretty good against
yeah,
Stalkers,
I've been told Lings are pretty awesome, but there you go. And hey, uses the Corruptors to actually throw down some Corruption for a little bit extra damage. Not perhaps the most efficient use of money ever, but he was thinking Colossi were coming in, and of course they didn't. And
IdrA continues his streak against Mana. He's, well, previously won 4 or 5 more games. Mana has never actually taken a game off IdrA in competitive play, so he's continuing with that, and that's really good. IdrA 2-0. Can he go the distance? Can he make it a clean sweep?
Well, I suppose we're about to find out, aren't we? This is a best-of-5 series. There's still all to play for. Mana's going to have to fight back from a terrible position, being 2 games down in a matchup that he really is not all that comfortable with. So let's see if we can see some of that trademark Mana resilience, or will he fold in a 3-0 sweep for IdrA? We're about to find out, folks, as we go into Game 3 very shortly. Don't go anywhere.